Alright boys, I'm back with another video in a stationary vehicle. I'm having some trouble with the lighting, so like I put this visor here to block like the camera from going really dark, and I'm holding my arm here if you're wondering. So I kind of started this video. I was in a Quick Trip parking lot and I was like, well, I guess we could try it again. Last time it got super dark, kept getting super dark and then light and dark and light, and you had that like quiet hum of the truck because the truck's just, you know, it's idling, it's not running. This is a green screen. But this video I want to talk about different like lifting splits and which one I think is the best. Before we get started, may I just say that Quick Trip sells Garm Parm wings, dude. These things are great. I love these things. So I'm gonna be eating these while I'm driving. I mean, while I'm sitting in the truck and while I'm trying to talk to the camera. Look at that. Look how good that looks. Can you see it? Whatever. Alright. So as far as workout splits go, we're gonna cover a couple. We'll talk about the bro split. We'll talk about PPL. And we'll talk about full body split. Or a full body split. Now, starting off with the bro split. This is what I started off lifting doing. That was a shitty sentence. This is the split that I started doing when I started lifting. That's better. There we go. So this split is basically a 5-day split. Got freaking dark again, man. 5-day split, and like day 1, you hit chest. Day 2, shoulders. Day 3, arms. Day 4, back. Day 5, legs. And then you say fuck calves and fuck forearms and fuck traps, because nobody cares about those little muscle groups. This is what I started off doing. I did this split for probably a good like 3 years or so, and I saw some pretty good gains with this. And then just a couple years ago, oh, here comes a bump. No, never mind. A couple of years ago, I started doing PPL. But the bro split it's a good split. Like, I actually really liked it. It gave you more time to focus on one muscle group, because you were basically doing like one muscle group per day. I felt like I was able to like hit each muscle group pretty intensely and really burn it out. This is back when like I was super into lifting, where that's all I wanted to do. So I would spend like 2 hours hitting one muscle group, which really that's way longer than you have to be at the gym. But I like doing it, so I did it. Now with this split, you're not able to hit every muscle group twice a week. In my last video, I talked about hitting each muscle group at least twice a week was the best for muscle growth. This you're not able to, because you're running a 5-day split, and if you take rest days like a pussy, then you know you're only hitting one muscle group per week. So you're hitting each muscle group once per week. One thing I did notice with this split too is that you had plenty of time to recover, because you were waiting like 7 days in between training the same muscle, which really isn't necessary. It really only has to be like 3 days. I usually wait 3 days before I train. Ugh, got dark. There we go. Train a muscle group, like the same muscle group again. But this one you were waiting almost like 6 or 7 days, depending on if you take rest days or not. That's just too long. Like your muscles healed by then, man. You only need like 3 days in between training the same muscle group, is what I found. Right? Maybe you're different. Maybe your body needs more time to recover, but I found that mine is good after like 3 days, unless, you know, like I hit a really intense leg day, which rarely ever happens because I don't do fucking legs. But if that does happen, like once in a blue moon, like when it's the vernal equinox, I will take like maybe 4 days or 5 days to rest before I hit legs again, because like, you know, you can just feel it, like your legs are still dead. But the only people that train that hard are Larry Wheels and Tom Platt, so everybody else, you're fine. Moving on to full body. Now this is something I never really did, so I don't have much knowledge about it, but I know a lot of people, I know some people that do it, but I know a lot of people do a type of split where you train full body either twice or 3 times a week, which I've actually thought about, because I feel like I would save so much time not going to the gym like 6 or 7 days a week, just going like twice or 3 times. And to be honest, I probably could do that and retain a lot of my muscle. But those, 2 or 3 days, if I wanted to hit each muscle group like I normally do, hard, I would have to be there for like 8 hours, dude, like 6 hours. So it's like, either way, you have to get the training done. Either way, you got to lift the weights. But for me, I just never picked up on this one. So, you hear about some people doing like 1 exercise per muscle for like 1 set, and I'm like, dude, that's not gonna do anything. Like, you got to hit it a little bit harder than that. When you build the most muscle, or when you tear down the most muscle, are those last couple sets that you eke out. You're not tearing down muscle, doing 2 sets of 10. You're not doing shit. Now there's gonna be a lot of people that disagree with me and say, Sawyer, I'm doing 4 sets of 12, 10 to 12. I don't care. If you train hard and you train until failure, that's way better. Literally what muscle building is your body adapting to the stimulus that you put on it, to the stress you put on it. So what makes you think you're gonna sit there and do four sets of 10 to 12 reps, and your body's like, oh, okay, we can do this. Now you can like raise the weight or something, but then that's gonna push you closer to failure. So when you're building muscle, it's your body getting better, trying to adapt to the stress that you put on it. So it only makes sense to train until failure, because you need that stimulus to get your body in gear and say, oh, hey, we failed that time. Like, we got to get better. That's what I think, anyway. Now, again, this channel is mainly bro science, so take it with a grain of salt. That's how I view it. Last split I'm going to cover, because I'm almost back to the job site right now. I'm filming in the truck, and when I get back there, I got to work, and I'm like a couple miles away. So I'm cruising at a good 23 miles an hour right now, so I can shit on the boss's time. No, I'm just kidding, Dad. I'm just kidding. Oh yeah, by the way, my boss is my dad. So, a lot of people think, oh, that must be so nice. No, that shit sucks. It sucks, man. And I live at home right now too, so I can't be like, oh, Dad, I don't feel good, I'm sick. It'd be like, get your ass up, go get to work. So, it's not as fun as you might think. It's actually a lot worse. But the last split I'm gonna cover is the one that I'm doing right now. I'm doing like a modified version of it, but it's pretty much the same. So it's the PPL, which stands for push-pull legs. This is a 3-day split. Most people lift 3 days, take 1 rest day, and then lift again 3 days. And that, that's 7 days, so you get to hit each muscle group twice per week. Now that is a really good split right there. That is, back when I was doing the bro split, I was like, oh, that split's stupid. Why would people do that, man? But it makes a lot more sense now. What I do is I put chest on its own day. So for push-pull legs, you do chest, triceps, shoulders. Pull, you do back and bi. And then legs, you do legs. But you won't do calves, because calves are stupid. But what I did is I put chest on a separate day, because my chest has always been lagging, so I want to focus on that as much as I can. Also, if the camera's shaking, I'm on kind of like a back road right now, and it, like, my tripod kind of sucks, but like, it's a good tripod, but it's, I don't know. This split is what I've been running for like the past year, and I really like it, because you almost get to hit everything twice in 1 week, but I also get to focus on like my chest 1 day of the week, right? So I do chest and abs, then I do triceps and shoulders, then I do back and bi, then I do legs. I'm ashamed to say this, right? I do calves, but I just do, you sit on the fucking leg press and you push it up with your calves, so it's not anything crazy. Like, I don't dedicate like 45 minutes to calves, because it's pointless, right? I've been doing calf raises every day for the last fucking like 2 years, man, and I've seen the slightest, the tiniest increase in size, and I've wasted hours doing calves, bro. So don't worry about calves. It's mainly genetic. But this is the split that I have run for quite a while. It is by far my favorite split. If you want to do like the original PPL too, that'd be good. But you want to try and hit every muscle group twice a week. Okay, that's the optimal for muscle growth. With that being said, I would rate the bro split 6 out of 10. I would rate full body 7 out of 10, maybe another 6. I would rate PPL probably 10 out of 10, because you're hitting every muscle group twice a week, and you're using like corresponding muscles. So you're using your back and your biceps on the same day. Those muscles help each other. You're using your chest and your triceps and your shoulders on the same day. They help each other. I would rate my split like 9 out of 10, just because I'm not hitting every muscle group twice a week. I almost am, because I don't really take any rest days, because I'm that guy. I mean, what else? PPL is by far the best split to run, in my opinion. Now, that's in my opinion. You might be a little different. You might have something else that works for you. Cool. I don't give a fuck. Do what you want to do. But in my opinion, PPL is definitely the best split to run for muscle growth. Anyway, boys, I'm about 100 yards from the job site, so I have to get back to work, or else my dad's going to crucify me in the front yard. I'm just kidding. That's a joke. Please don't. I'm just kidding. But anyway, peace out, fellas. I love you. Mwah.